Hey everyone, welcome back. As you remember, we've started by discussing where a product manager gets product ideas. We said that as a PM, you'd have multiple sources of product ideas you can rely on. First is information you get from stakeholders, including your customers and other internal stakeholders. Second is product analytics. And third, inputs from the market. So now let's start talking about your customers or users. Please note that I'll be using the terms customer and user interchangeably. However, there are cases when customers or buyers or those who make purchasing decisions and users will be different. This is true, for example, for B2B products, when the head of the sales department decides to purchase a new customer relationship management system, but the end users of that system will be members of his sales team. Now coming back to the customer's insights. As we said before, as a PM, you will work a lot with your customers, since you need to know their needs, wants, obstacles, frustrations, how they make the purchasing decisions, what makes them buy your product, and what will drive them away. All this will inform your choices when building a product that's desirable from the user's point of view, technologically feasible to build, but at the same time business viable. So regardless of the stage of the product development and product maturity, always remember to stay close to customers. For this, you will be relying a lot on the discipline called user research, which identifies the user's goals, needs, motivations, and other insights about users using such human-centric methods as design thinking. Let's see how the user research process fits within the end-to-end product development process. First, and well before we start thinking about possible solutions, we'd like to discover and validate what a customer problem is. Perhaps you might have some ideas or gut feelings about this, but these are just your guesses or assumptions, and they probably have nothing to do with reality unless you've tested or validated these assumptions with real customers. The main questions we are trying to answer at this stage are: is there a problem? If yes, what is the problem? Who are the customers and what beliefs do they hold as they relate to the problem? The next time we rely on user research is when designing a solution. It's critical to validate if the new product or product feature or design is solving the problem intended to be solved. In other words, the user research at this stage helps us to understand if we are building the solution the right way and if we need to make solution adjustments. And lastly, we use user research after the product launch to evaluate changes in user behaviors and needs and assess what improvements or innovations could be introduced to the product. In case when we are launching a brand new product, we want to ensure that there is a product market fit. We've covered the product market fit topic, but let me remind you here its definition. You have a product market fit when you can repeatedly and profitably acquire passionate and loyal customers that are your product advocates and cannot live without it. So as you can see, product research plays a vital role throughout the end-to-end product development process. So when you join the product team, make sure to check with your colleagues about how they engage customers in the product discovery work. Your job would be to help them drive the process or help set up the process from scratch if it wasn't introduced before. In the ideal circumstances, you will be able to work together with a dedicated team of user researchers who are part of the UX team and support the user research process and help the product team uncover insights about their users. I said in the ideal circumstances, since these dedicated resources may not be available for you as a PM all the time. For example, if you work in a small or growing company, its product team most likely won't have a dedicated user research team due to resource constraints. So you and the UX designer will take care of the research part. However, if you are part of a bigger product company that can afford to have a full-time user researchers, it doesn't mean that they will be available for you all the time. The user research team can support multiple product teams simultaneously, depending on the functional structure of an organization. It could be cases when they don't have enough capacity to help you with a particular research task. Please note that you are not expected to be fully trained in doing user research to qualify for a good PM. But your understanding of the research fundamentals and knowing key techniques on how to plan and conduct different types of research will come in handy many times during your PM career. Okay, now let's look closer at the steps of the user research process. Of course, doing user research takes a lot of preparation before you even begin asking users anything. However, the efforts you invest in planning the research always pay off, since it helps you stay on track with your research activities and get clear answers to the research questions. The user research process consists of the following steps: defining goals, objectives, and hypotheses, selecting a user research method, identifying target audience, recruiting participants, collecting insights, analyzing and synthesizing research data, and documenting findings. In the following lectures, we'll cover every step of the process. And for now, let's recap this lecture. As a PM, you'll have to stay close to your customers throughout the end-to-end product development process. To create products that are desirable for customers and business viable, you'll need to know customers' needs and wants, how they make the purchasing decisions, what makes them buy your product, and what will drive them away. A discipline called user research helps determine the user's goals, needs, motivations, and other insights. The user research consists of the following 7 steps. We'll be covering each step of the process in the videos of this section. Alright, I see you in the next lecture, where we will be talking about the first step of the process. See you there!